Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Cam Fats coming at you on behalf of the Cam Fats YouTube channel. And I promised you guys yesterday that I was going to do an update today on these coronavirus numbers in Ohio. And what I did yesterday was I went to the coronavirus.ohio.gov website, checked their official analytics for numbers, case counts by days. I screen capped how many cases were confirmed over the last 5 days. Now, since then, I've did a little bit more research, and I wanted to give you guys some of that research now so you can see what I've been looking at. Here's the problem. It looks like the numbers that Ohio is reporting are wrong. They're just like completely off. Like, it looks like they're adding more and more cases to the days. Not just yesterday, but not just the day before, but like all the days, they're adding more cases. I'll tell you what I think could be happening, but I want to show you the numbers first. So just so you know where I'm coming from. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over. I want to show you a couple things. Okay, I want to start this here. Okay, this is Ohio's website, ohio.gov. This is Governor DeWine posting this on February the 27th, 2020. This is on February 27th, okay? Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was joined by Ohio Department of Health Director Amy Acton, okay? And you see there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Ohio, nor anyone currently under investigation for the virus. That was February 27th, reported right here on ohio.gov by Mike DeWine, February 27th. However, and we see no one's being tested currently. However, if we go over here to our current numbers, right, coronavirus.ohio.gov, we look at our numbers, we see on the 27th of February, we go back to the 27th of February, we're going to find that now there was already 15 cases reported. There's 27th of February. There was already 15 cases. There was already 15 confirmed cases. 2 new ones that day. 2 new confirmed cases that day. Odd, right? It's odd. Now there is a reasonable, sort of a reasonable explanation for this, but I want to show you a couple more things before I talk about that, because I don't know how reasonable it is the more information I get. Okay, so here's a video on YouTube, right? Coronavirus cases in Ohio grows to 13, right? This is Fox 8 News, Cleveland, Ohio, official YouTube channel, right? Confirmed cases and grow to 13. Now, I want you to hear some of what she says. This is Amy Acton. She's the director of health in Ohio. I don't know if you could hear what she's saying because I have these headphones on. But you can go look at this video yourself if you can't hear her. I'm going to try to. So. What she's saying right now, she's saying for certain we have 9 males and 5 females. She's saying we have 9 males, 5 females, which is 13 patients, and that was on March 13th. But there's something else she says, which is really interesting. She says, and their illnesses, not the case, because as far as we know, we started testing. They tested their first case Monday. All right. Now this was March 13th. All right. March 13th was on a Friday. She said they start testing. The first case was on a Monday, was when they first tested. All right. They had They started testing on Monday. By Friday, they had 13 cases. Okay, they started testing on Monday. All right, so I confirmed that with the Wikipedia article right over here. Wikipedia, on March 9th, Governor Mike DeWine reported Ohio's first 3 cases in Cuyahoga County. That is Cleveland. All right, a couple who had returned from a Nile River cruise and a man who had returned from an annual conference in Washington, D.C., where other cases of coronavirus had been reported. That was March 9th, and that coincides with that video we just watched. She said that video was published on the 13th, and she said on Monday, which was the 9th, that coincides with this article right here. On March 9th, Governor DeWine reported Ohio's first 3 cases. The problem is, if I go over here to the official analytics on Ohio, coronavirus, ohio.gov, we'll see that on March 9th, we already had 204 cases. We already had 204 cases. How did we go from the first 3 to 204? Supposedly, they had their first 3 on Monday. By Friday, it was up to 13. But now, what history will show is that we already had 204 cases on March 9th. It's like history is being rewritten by these numbers. They're being inflated. Is there a reasonable explanation for this? Maybe. I'll tell you what I think could be happening, but I have to say it doesn't quite make sense, and I'll tell you why it doesn't quite make sense. Because if I follow this analytics chart all the way back to the very first case of coronavirus, it goes all the way back to the 12th of February. The 11th of February, we had no cases. The 12th of February, we got our first case. Well, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Because on the 12th of February, there's nothing indicating any coronavirus anywhere. In fact, we wouldn't see our first case as far as the reports go until the 9th. Because in this video right here, she says they just started testing on the 9th. They just started testing on the 9th of March. That's when they started testing, the 9th of March. They started testing on the 9th of March. So how did we have, confirmed cases, our first confirmed case on the 12th of February? It doesn't make sense. It's weird, especially if you consider that over here on February 27th, Ohio is saying there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Ohio, nor anyone currently under investigation for the virus. No one's under investigation for the virus. And that was on February 27th. But now our first confirmed case is way back here on February the 12th. By the 27th, when this article was posted on the 27th of February, there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Ohio, nor anyone currently under investigation for the virus. Well, that's completely wrong, isn't it? Because by the 27th of February, we already had 15 cases. We already had 15 cases. So these numbers are not, these are the official numbers, and they're not reflecting what is being reported out there. And I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I took screen captures of the last 5 days of these numbers. Now, you're going to find this very interesting, okay? Here they are right here. I took them yesterday. Now, this is the 4th, right? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. I took screen captures of the numbers for each one of these days yesterday. Yesterday, I went through each one of these days, and I recorded what their numbers were. I did all this yesterday. 4/4/2020 numbers on 4/8/2020. See how they all say on 4/8/2020? Because I took all these screen captures yesterday for these respective days. Now let's go to 4/4/2020. Now yesterday at 9:37 p.m., okay, these analytics showed that we had, let me see if I make it bigger so you can see it, 4,834 cases on 4/4. That was 5 days ago. Now, if we look at 4/4, we'll see we got 4,996 cases. So today they boosted the numbers on 4-4. Okay, by how much? How much did they boost the numbers by? Well, let's take a 4-4. We got 4996, 4996, and we minus the 4834. So let me pull up a notepad. We'll keep track. We'll keep track of these numbers. So 4-4-2020, 162 cases added. All right. Between yesterday and today. Today, and I want you to know something. I checked these numbers earlier today before 2 p.m. because supposedly this updates every day at 2 p.m. It updates daily at 2 p.m. They update the numbers. I checked this earlier today, probably about like 12:30 or so, about an hour and a half. These numbers were still the same as yesterday. They were still fine. But when they updated it, they didn't just update the new day. They updated all these past days too. All these past days got updated. So 4-4, 160 new cases were added. Okay. Now let's look at, I'm going to open up 4-5. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and so we go back to 4-5 and we'll see 5127. As of right now, 5127 total case count on 4-5-2020. 5127. Okay. 5127. However, yesterday on 4-5, yesterday when I recorded 4-5's numbers, it was 4951. We hadn't even crossed 5,000 yet. So if I minus 4951, we'll see that they added 176 people to 4-5's count. Okay. So we see 4-5-2020, 176 cases added. It's interesting, right? It's like their numbers are being padded every single day. You know, now, there's a logical explanation, and I'm going to give you that explanation when I get done with this, but I don't know really how logical it is, to be honest. Let me just get through these. 4-6-2020, 4-7-2020, 4-8-2020. All right, so let's get the 6th. Okay, so if we look at our official numbers for the 6th, we got 5313. Okay, we got 5313 as of today. Supposedly on the 6th, we had 5,313 total cases reported. Okay, so let me go ahead and X out of some of these extra photos we don't need. So let's look at the 6's numbers here. We see we got 5,088. So we're going to go ahead and minus the 5,088 that we had yesterday from that, and we'll see 225 additional cases were added today to the 6th. We're going to see how many cases in total have been added over the last 5 days. We're going to see it. It's going to be quite telling. All right, so let's look at the 7th. 7th, 5,444, 5,444. That's what it is today for the 7th. It was 5,444 today. Yesterday, when I screen captured the 7th, it was 5,145. So we're going to minus 5,145, and we're going to get 299 additional cases were added over the last, just today around 2 p.m. 299 cases added. Another thing I find really interesting about this, I'll tell you in a second. Let me finish what we're doing here. So let's go to the 8th. Let's go to our final day. Okay, our final final day was the 8th, okay? Yesterday was the 8th. I screen capped all these yesterday on the 8th. So, of course, I didn't have today's numbers, which are 5, 5, 12. Let's go to the 8th, though. On the 8th, it's 5511. 5511 on the 8th. So 5511 on the 8th. Now, let's see what our numbers say here for the 8th. Yesterday, it was 5148. So minus 5148. 363 additional cases were added to yesterday's numbers. 363 cases added. All right, that's amazing. You know what else I find amazing about this is that these all go up. Every single day, the cases added go up. And I think that's interesting. So let me go ahead and add this all up, and then I'll tell you what I think could be happening. So 162 plus 176 plus 225 plus 299 plus 363. So over the last 5 days, we've had 1,225 additional cases added retroactively. The numbers are changing every single day, right? 1,225 additional cases added retroactively over the last 5 days. The numbers on all the days are changing every single day. I went back 5 days. I could have went back all the days. I would have saw the numbers changing on every single day. Very strange. Very, very, very strange. Okay, so what could be happening here? Well, one thing that could be happening is, Dr. Acton said they started testing on the 9th of March, okay, which tells me that, and we see right here the reported first 3 cases on the 9th of March, which tells me that they count the cases on the day that they were tested. So it takes time for the test to go out and come back. Maybe it was taking 4 or 5 days before they get the results of their test back. So then when they get the results of the test back, if it's testing positive, then they count that number retroactively on the day they were tested. Now that makes sense. However, it is a little bit odd that these numbers so perfectly go up. Now you could argue that they're going up because it's a pandemic and it's getting more widespread every day. So that's why the numbers are going up. Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I mean, it's a little strange that they're just, it's not how pandemics work. It's not how, nature works. It's going to be a little bit more, fluctuating than that. It's going to be a little more fluctuating than that. You might have a day where you got more cases reported, and then you might have a day where less cases are reported, because this is about tests coming back positive. It's not just going to be every single day. There's like a nice even scale up of more and more cases. And you got to remember, all these are added. These are all added retroactively. What I'm showing you here is things that they've went back and added. But anyways, we could just give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'm not saying this is a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying these numbers are strange and it's odd. But we could just say, okay, well, it's a pandemic. That's why the numbers are going up. And also they have to count the confirmed case from the day they were tested. So when they get the test back in a week or two, they go back and apply that retroactively, like a week or two from before. You could say that. However, the problem is, when we got an article here on February 27th that says, February 27th, that says there are no confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Ohio, nor anyone currently under investigation for the virus. That was February 27th. So how then do we now have a retroactively reported case on the 12th? By the time that article came out on the 27th, there was already 15 cases right there, as you see. Strange, very, very strange. Let me go ahead and stop my screen share. So I don't know what it all means, to be honest with you. I think it's very, very odd because you got to remember, if our first confirmed case, the analytics now show on the 12th of February, but our first documented case in other places are showing on the March 9th, that's almost a month. That's almost an entire month later. I mean, I don't think any test results took an entire month to get back. We're talking about a lot of days later. It's very, very strange. So anyways, that's what I got. I think what I'm going to do is tomorrow I'm going to call Ohio local government. I'm going to do some contact, and I'm going to ask them because I can come down here. You can see if I go over here, let me show you. Share my screen. If I go over here, and I scroll down to the bottom, need help or information, contact us. I can call them, I can write them an email. So I think maybe tomorrow I'm going to fire off an email, or maybe I'll just call them. And if I do call them, I'll record the phone call for you guys. But I'm going to call them and I'm going to ask them, hey, listen, can you give me a little bit of insight on how you're recording these numbers? Because the numbers don't appear to be, staying the same. They're fluctuating, like all the days are fluctuating. I'll tell you what we'll do. What else we're going to do? You know what I think we're going to do? Tomorrow, I'm going to make an update video for you guys. But what I want to do, here's what I want to do. You guys can watch me do this. I want to, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. You guys can watch me do this. I'm going to come back over here. Let me close some of these things out because I don't need them anymore. So we're going to close this stuff out. Okay. Don't need this one. Do need this one. All right, we're going to come up here. Let's get back into this dashboard. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I want to know if they're changing all throughout. So, I'm going to take, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to, okay, this is 4.8, right? So I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder. This is going to be 4/9/2020, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the first case, right? It's on the 12th, right? That's our first case. Boom. So okay, so I'm going to save that picture. We're going to put that right there on the 12th, right there on the 9th. So this is going to be 2/12/2020 numbers taken on 4/9/2020. So that's our first confirmed case. We got that taken on the 9th. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to take a spot check. I want to go. Let's just go to the. Why don't we go to the 27th, where Governor DeWine said we have no confirmed cases, but right now we see there's 15. Okay. Let's look at 2/27. We're gonna get that. We're gonna see if that has changed at all. Okay, this is gonna be 2/27/2020 numbers taken on 4/9/2020. Okay, perfect. And then let's do just a couple more. We're gonna see what our numbers were on 8 and 9. 8 and 9, because we're gonna do 8 because we already saw 8 fluctuate once. Let's see if it fluctuates again. Let's see it. We already saw 8 fluctuate once. 8's already fluctuated once. They already added 363 cases to the 8th. Let's see if it fluctuates again tomorrow. Okay, so anyways, I'm going to take the 8th as of today. All right, I'm going to save this. Okay, this is it's going to be 4/8/2020. Numbers taken on 4/9/2020. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to take the 9th numbers too. We're going to take today's numbers. All right, boom, just like that. And we're going to see 4/9/2020. Numbers taken on 4/9/2020. All right. So there they are. So we've got it all set up. And let me show you what the numbers we got right now. I'll show you guys. This is what we got. When we open these pictures up, we see very clearly. We see 212, first count on 212. Okay. We see very clearly. Now let's see if these numbers change tomorrow. Let's see what happens. I'm genuinely curious. I might just call the state of Ohio myself tomorrow and ask them how they're doing this, because I mean it doesn't make any sense to me, honestly. Even if they're applying numbers retroactively based on when the test was taken, I don't know why there would be a 30-day gap between reports that say the first tests were confirmed on the 9th of March, but I see here on analytics that the first case was confirmed on the 12th of February. It's almost like they're rewriting history. It's like they're rewriting history to show that we started getting cases of the virus before we did, and we were getting way more cases than what we were getting before. It's like they're, anyways, I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. So we'll see. We'll see what's real and what's not real. Who knows? Strange, very peculiar numbers, very peculiar time. Anyways, I will update you guys tomorrow on this event. This is very strange. Give me a thumbs up in the comment section. Let me know if this is interesting to you. Let me know if you have a theory about what might be happening. My only theory is that numbers are being applied retroactively based on when the tests were given. But that doesn't explain the first case now being reported on February 12th, when all official documents saying it was March 9th. That's 30 days. It's almost like the history, like I said, history is being rewritten or something. It's very strange, very peculiar. Not saying it's a conspiracy theory. I'm not saying anything weird or crazy. All I'm saying is the analytics are strange. There's some anomalies that aren't adding up. The numbers are fluctuating every single day. It's very, very weird. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. All right. Peace, everybody.